to you from the high desert of Arizona. I am, yeah, well, anyways, what we're going to be talking about tonight, we'll get back into it once people start checking in. But, yeah, by the way, it's been 80 degrees. It was supposed to start raining at about 9 o'clock this morning. And, yeah, it didn't. Or excuse me, it was supposed to start raining around 10, 11 o'clock this morning, and it didn't. And I've been waiting for the rain to come in. We've gotten a few drops, but we haven't gotten a lot. According to my weather app, it says that for the next 3 days, so today, tomorrow, and Thursday, we're supposed to have really heavy. We're supposed to have really heavy rains and stuff like that for the next few days. This is the beginning of monsoon season um, for whatchamacallit, for this area here in Arizona. And hey, for those of you, if you are listening, and I would strongly recommend, if you want to understand what this big beautiful bill is when it comes to what Congress just passed, because they just passed it earlier today. The big beautiful bill has been passed, but it has a stipulation within it to put a 10-year moratorium on AI regulation, which means that they cannot regulate it. Whatever they do, they're not breaking a law because they can't regulate it, so therefore it gives them unfettered abilities to do all kinds of things. Well, we talked about that today in today's broadcast over on hobotuck.com. So if you go over to hobotuck.com, and over in the blog, it's already listed. The audio is embedded. We go in depth day to day on the issues at hand and how to be able to survive it if you are prepping for for doomsday, or whether you are an off-gridder or a homesteader and you're trying to figure out how to be able to navigate this technological chaos that's going on. So we talk about that. We talk about that starting every day over on hobotuck.com. It is Monday through Friday. But the big thing with this big beautiful bill is the AI regulation. Right now, okay, let me tell you a story about New Orleans. Really, this is what was going on with New Orleans, because they were now allowing or trying to pass a public ordinance to allow for artificial intelligence to be used for surveillance. And so what they ended up doing, and by the way, guys, the background noise that you guys are hearing, that is my tarp flying in the wind. We've got heavy winds as the clouds are rolling over. So I do apologize, but I can't do anything about it. It's Mother Nature. Just the thing that, okay, so what ended up happening is in 2020, especially after the George Floyd thing, everybody decided, or the New Orleans decided to stop using AI surveillance, and at least because there was a public backlash against it. So therefore, they stopped doing it on the public side, which means they stopped hosting AI and using it as a way to be able to do surveillance so that they can pick up on dissidents and potential troublemakers and criminals that got warrants out and stuff like that. But once they put the ordinance to make it illegal, what they started doing is farming it out to private organizations, because the government wasn't allowed to do it. But if these private organizations did so, then it was considered as an anonymous tip, so therefore they were circumventing the law. Well, now that we've got AI starting to take over, you've got AI governance that's happening. Part of what Doge did is it started us down the slippery slope to AI governance, and it'll be a matter of time before AI dictates our elections, who we're governed by, and will decide everything for us. And that's when it's going to start getting scary, but we are going down that road. And with this big, beautiful bill that just passed, not only is it going to destroy us economically, but it's going to put us under such a tyranny that we won't be able to really function or focus. Hit that thumbs up, folks. Yes, I agree with you. What's going on, Smokin'? But this is an opportunity for you guys to ask me questions if you guys want to know what's going on, because I only come on here twice a week. Okay? I come on here twice a week, where I... on Tuesday nights at 8 Eastern and Friday mornings at 11 Eastern. And hey, I talked with Stephanie this week, and I wanted to let you guys know that she has got a special 4th of July sale going on. So if you're really thinking, man, I love property, but I want to be able to have affordable affordable property. Okay, so here's what she's doing. So normally it's $100 down payment plus a $249 doc fee. Okay, she's waiving the $100 down payment, so all you have to pay is the $249 doc fee. But then you get to choose your own payment. She gives you a bare minimum that you have to pay. So here in Arizona and Colorado, your bare minimum that you would have to pay every month is $136. Whereas if you bought property in Arkansas, you could get it for as low as $86 a month. Okay, if payments were really an issue for you, and you wanted to make sure that you were able to afford your land, I mean, I'd take 136 over 161, and I got 25% off of mine when I did it. So this is the best deal that I've ever seen Stephanie at openairproperties.net put out. So yeah, she and I talked, and she was telling me about that. On the 18th, she will be doing a live stream with me. She's going to come on as a guest. We're going to talk about property ownership, and we're going to talk about all those different things. Now, come the 4th of July on Friday, I'm waiting for her to send me the updated. But she says that essentially, it's going. She's going to invert it. And quite frankly, if payments were the problem, and if you can come up with $250 and then you can afford $86 a month until it's paid off, even if you're living in a city, at least when the whole world goes to shit, you got a place to be. That's really where it's at. And if you look at what's coming down, if you listen to Monday's broadcast where we talk about how the Constitution was going to be circumvented by the AI moratorium, and then today we talked about how it was going to affect your privacy and your ability to walk around autonomously. How many of you, the rock garden isn't doing so well. I haven't seen them sprout yet. I put the seeds out, but I haven't seen them sprout yet. I've been watering them every day though, smoking. So maybe, well, Friday it's supposed to be nicer, so maybe Friday morning I can take you guys out and show you my garden and what I'm doing and stuff like that, and show you the area where I actually moved it from where I was going to put it, because it would have been too much of an issue, especially with the cows, and I moved it to a different area where it would have more shade, and I think that's pretty awesome. So yes, I live in a trailer. Yeah, I live down by the river in a van. So this is just my van. So how's the weather? Well, it's supposed to be raining. It was supposed to be raining starting this morning, and it hasn't. We've gotten a few drops, but no real rain. It's supposed to be like this till Friday or till Thursday, and then the winds are picking up because we got clouds coming in. So, well, what is it, Promptoria? You'd have to go back and watch my other content to find out if I have a dog. Because if you see my dog in other content, then maybe I got a dog now. Here, I'll let you guys say hi to Sam. See, she's kind of sitting here. The wind was so heavy last night, she got scared and started coming up and cuddling next to me. But anyways, a little bit of, oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's if you just found it, if you just realized that, then you probably haven't been here in like 9 months, because I've been here since Thanksgiving. I've had my own property, so I got off trail. At the end of October, and I found Stephanie like within like 10, but within 10 days of getting here to Arizona, I already had a piece of property, and that was because of Stephanie at openairproperties.net. Without her, I was expecting it to be a long and grueling process. The great thing about having owner finance is that things are so much easier, and she's the coolest person I've ever met. I really like her. I have a lot of respect for her. She's something else. If you get to know her more than just making a payment to her, you'll think that she's the coolest lady you ever bought from, and you'll probably want to buy two or three more pieces of property from her, because she's just the nicest lady. YouTube is no longer like my primary job. I've started building my own website. I'm actually that's why you got to come over to hobotuck.com. I'm building it out more as a business. And yeah, that's the big thing is I'm building it out more as a business than anything else. You got to realize AI is already automated about 20% of the white collar workforce right now. So you got customer service, you've got writers, you've got even in the legal profession, AI is writing everything for them. AI is taking over so much of the automation process, the repetitive work that which is most of the jobs that we do anyways, that unless this requires a specific skill that cannot be computerized, such as roboticized, because Elon Musk has came out with his $15,000 robot, which is less than minimum wage for an employee for 1 year. And if you're doing something like factory work, I mean, basically for the price of a half of an employee, you get 6 employees. So, I mean, because it can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, doesn't ask for benefits, it doesn't ask for time off, it doesn't call in sick, you know. And so the only way that you are going to survive in the modern era, especially in the age of AI, and you can be a Luddite if you'd like, it's not going to work for you very well, but you can be a Luddite if you'd like. But technology is moving that way. What you do, so if you're a mechanic, you can start teaching, you can start, like, let's say a content creation or something like that, where you can, you know, make content to teach people how to do mechanic work. But then through that, you might get people that say, hey, I've got this hot rod over here, I'd like you to come fix. And now you can go on site. So it's just, instead of looking at it like, oh, I got a job on a computer. No, the thing is nobody's going to be able to find you unless you're online. You cannot do if your job is no longer there. So, for example, I keep telling the story about how I saw McDonald's that was automated. They only needed, like, I think 6 employees for their shifts, and you know, versus the 24 that they would normally have. And they went from being like a 16 hours a day to being open 24 hours a day, because it was completely automated. And so they had one person feeding the machines, and they have one person that's standing there taking orders at drive-through. There is no front counter. You just go through the drive-through, and the line's wrapped around at all times. It sits there, goes, the machine sits there and makes it. They don't have to, there's no sandwich maker or anything else like that. It does all that for you. And so you just have people, you know, you have less of a workforce. So if you don't have a workforce, what do? How do you survive? Well, you're going to be forced into the digital arena, which means you're going to have to start figuring out how to take your skills that you have right now, especially if you're over the age of 30, take your skills or your talents that you have now and figure out a way to monetize them, because as it comes, the only thing that will remain of value in the future is human creativity. What's up, Mitch? Nice to talk to you. I have to say, you talk very well, meaning it in the nicest way possible, like you should be a speaker or an interviewer as well as a podcaster. I'm working on getting interviews. If you guys want to help me bring on guests, I do Constitutional Monday, Privacy Tuesday, Community Wednesday, Digital Homesteading Thursday, Spiritual Friday. It's part of being a well-rounded dystopian prepper, essentially, because we're about ready to go into an AI dystopia. It is here, and there is no escape, because they just passed the bill. And unless they took it out, because there were some people trying to get it amended to be 5 years instead of 10 years, which would be less bad, but not nearly as bad as, you know, 10 years, but still, it's a big issue. So, you know, it stinks in there. Okay, so true, brother. Must be prepared always. Yes. What's up, Joanna? I ain't seen or heard from you in forever. How are you doing? So, oh, and by the way, guys, I have, I'm gonna, if you're a member over on Patreon and stuff like that, we have a community that we're building. So one of the members in the group is needing a vehicle. Another member in the group was able to connect them with a vehicle. And so I might help transport that vehicle. Like, it becomes a community effort. we have a digital community, and it's not like we can be there overnight, but we can be there to help along the way. Like, hey, I need a vehicle, and one's in one state and one's in the other state. You coordinate it and figure out how to get it done, and everything else. What's up, Crazy Bear? Nice to see you. So thanks, Promptoria. And one of the new data centers coming up will employ 60 people. It's located in a mill that used to employ hundreds, if not thousands of people. I hurt my back moving out. What are you doing moving outdoor furniture? You over cleaning your dad's place? So, yeah, I am heading. A subscriber has enlisted my help. They are paying for my trip to Missouri. So I will be going to Missouri for a few weeks. What my plan is, depending upon how it all works out, there's a lot of different stuff that's going on. I don't know how it's fully going to turn out. I may stay there longer. But as it stands, the plans are this. I will be there helping out for a couple of weeks. And then I will catch a Greyhound bus from Missouri to Denver, and then catch a side trail to catch the Central Divide Trail. Sam and I are going to walk south on the Central Divide Trail until we get into New Mexico. I'm gonna get my way to Albuquerque, or the first bus I can, and then I will take the bus the rest of the way home to Holbrook, where it drops off at. But this is what I'm doing. So I leave on Sunday. So Monday's broadcast, which is Constitutional Monday, it is probably going to be pre-recorded, and I'm going to see if I can schedule the release. Otherwise, it'll be released this weekend. So, yeah, she is going to have a great time. She and I both kind of want to get on trail. She's missing the trail. She misses being able to walk. She's kind of a little pissed off at me that we're off trail. I mean, we did it every day for a year. Now she's fat as hell. Were you a prepper prior to AI worries, or is the prepping something recent? Time the Enchanter. I've been chronically homeless for 25 years, and I've been off and on the streets. I've got a total of maybe about 15 years total on the streets. I got on and off real quick. I even used it to be a nomad and travel. So I moved to a city, make some money, see all the things to make. Fucking hop on a Greyhound, go to the next city. So I've always been that, and indirectly it puts me in the prepping community, especially now that I own a piece of land and I live off grid here in Arizona. So do you mess with solar much? Yeah, I got solar. I've got a 100-watt solar panel, a 500-watt inverter, and a marine battery. They're all daisy chained together. And I only got a laptop, which is a Chromebook, and a cell phone to charge. Oh, and my microphones. But I don't really have a lot of stuff that requires a lot of power. And plus, considering it's summer, it's lighter longer, so I don't have to use any of my flashlights, which are USB rechargeable. So do I grow veggies? Get a greenhouse? I started. This is my first year here. I've started my garden. I don't know whether I fucked it up or not, but we'll find out. It's one of those things. So, but that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, I'm looking forward to at least getting some time and getting on trail. And one of the things that I may end up doing, because yeah, I do think I want to do a greenhouse, but with the winds out here, you got to be very careful. You're going to have to replace it. You're going to have to do like a hard surface. You can't do anything like the vinyl, because the winds, we get 60, 70 mile an hour winds out here pretty regularly. I'm at about 6,500 feet. So in Phoenix, it's like 110. Here, it's like 90. I'm going to Missouri. So how long are you going to be gone for? Well, I'm going to be in Missouri for around 30 days, and then I'm going to be, if I go on trail, it'll probably take me 2 months to get home. So let's see, July, August. So I'll probably be home like September, October. which is when it starts cooling down here. So it'll be a lot nicer. Um, so, anyways, we live and learn. Good luck with your new chapter, man. That's amazing. Thanks, Promptoria. Very nice to see y'all. So, because that's the member that is needs my help lives in Missouri. I'm going there to help and just to get back, partially to save money, but partially because I've got the hiking bug. I really miss hiking. I would love to go hike, but it just I haven't had the opportunity. I've been spending so much time doing this that now that things are kind of settled down, I've got Stephanie as a sponsor. I've got regular broadcasts and stuff like that, and I'm not as tied to video content, which takes so much longer to prepare for versus doing audio first content. So I'd love to have a beer with you if you drink, of course. Yeah, I'll sit back and have a beer with you. Where you live, Promptoria? So I'll have if I run across subscribers and they want to take me out and have a beer, or let's go sit down and have dinner and pick my brain or whatever. Yeah, sure, not a problem. I'm very open to my subscribers if you can find me. That's the thing. You got to find me first. I've had some subscribers that have come up to me on the in a Starbucks and been like, "Hey man, can I have a picture with you?" And I verified that they knew who I was before I even took the picture. And yeah, it was a couple of little girls. Gotta head home. I'm in UK, getting late. Jump on a Dignity and some over with a crate. That would be cool. Jump on a dinghy and come over with a crate. That would be cool. If you do that and you need a place to camp out for a couple of weeks while you chill, come talk to me. If you can stow away on a ship or on a dinghy and get all the way over here, fuck yeah, you got a place to rest for 2 weeks at least. My grandma hits me with a metal pan. Well, chicken sandwich, what do you expect? You're a chicken sandwich. When you coming back to Florida, I'm still holding it down here in Gainesville. When am I coming back? I will probably be back, fuck. I don't know. I was planning on going there for the winter. And I still may change. Instead of doing the CDT, I might go to Florida. Who knows? Take care, bro. I'll tune in again. Good. What's up, Taylor? I'm glad you still pee in the shower. Good to see you, buddy. Man, it's nice to see all my regulars come in and get to say hi and see what's going on. I miss y'all, but I needed some time to charge my battery. You guys saw how exhausted I was getting. I mean, I've been doing this for 3 years and just been running like on fumes until finally it's like, okay, enough is enough. Who's not getting her kidney? That's funny. That's funny. That's probably the funniest troll I've ever. That's funny. I pop in when I get time. Well, that's good. It's always good to see you, Smoking Swamp. I see you from time to time. It's always good to see y'all, but yeah, it seems like during summertime a lot of my regulars drop off, and I see them like in fall and winter and stuff like that. But it's nice outside. You got shit to do. It's planting season, gardening season, time to get out, start building stuff, start getting stuff done around the property. That's the reality of the situation. So. But it is what it is. If you come to Iowa, I will smoke with you and have a beer. You know what, Taylor? Fuck, I might have to get a truck and just start doing fucking cross-country trips one day. So the truth is, I'm just pulling back in. Okay. Well, what's up, Sheena? Nice to see you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I stay longer in Missouri, I will end up getting a job to stay there. And part of it will be to kind of make sure to get some of the stuff I need that I haven't been able to afford just because It sucks being a dissident. That's all I got to say. Florida has more than 2 months of tax-free outdoor stuff. Home months, look into it. Uh, it's Raven. I've been all over Florida. I started in Florida. I started right outside of Orlando. That I started there 3 years ago. So I thought you were against jobs. I just like I just said, I'm pulling back in. I am against jobs. Um, in my own right, it's going to be something that's temporary. Um, this person is getting property out here, so it's only going to be temporary. When the this person will be moving down in this area in a few months, and so it would just be so that I could stack up some cash before we got on the road and came back here. So it's not like I'm looking to make it a career. It's going to be very temporary. I'm smoking on my lunch break. I have to get back soon. Okay, Taylor. Well, you can always watch the replay, but you should come over and check me out on hobotuck.com. And if you sign up for the newsletter or the broadcast reminder, I'm not going to send it out daily anymore. I'm going to send it out once a week with the summary of everything that I talked about for the week. So if you want to follow the story arc, it makes it so much easier to do. How many ounces of meth do you consume in the last hour? Are you fucking shitting me? There we go. Stupid comments get stupid reactions. So, 4 months you could get water filters, hunting and camping stuff. Yes, I know. I don't want to. I'm really not hip to going back to Florida. I went back there every year during the winter while I was hiking. So I went through there 3 years, 3 winters in a row. I'm good going back for another one if I don't have to. Patch me a wrench truck. Okay. Sure, why not? All right, there you go, smoking. And Joanna, I've been forgetting to do this to you. Add as moderator. Okay. Okay, so I got a couple of moderators in here. All right. Be sober. Get Bitcoin too. What's up, Kevin? I ain't seen you in for a while. Cannot stop AI. Might as well use it to your benefit while you can. I am, but I still make sure that I limit how much I lean on it, because if you let it in the way it's designed and in the way that social media is meant to keep you engaged, AI is meant to do the same thing, so it gives you a different dopamine filter. So that's why they're nice to you and it's always pleasant and all this other stuff, is because it wants you to like it so that you adopt it. Because if it's nice but not and still gives you issues, you'll still keep it. So this is how they're getting people to adopt it. So you got to be careful that you don't let it take you too far. Otherwise, it will be really fucked up. So if you had the money, Raven. So Stephanie, go to openairproperties.net. Stephanie, she does owner finance land, and right now she's running a special. It is the $249 doc fee. She waives the $100 deposit, and you get to choose what your monthly payment is. She starts with a minimum. So if you were to be in Arizona or Colorado, because she's got properties in both places, it would be $136 would be your minimum payment, but you could pay as much or as little as you'd like, as long as it is $136 a month. And then if you are in Arkansas, which is the other place she has property, you can get it for as low as $86 a month, but you have to contact her and get the ball rolling before the 4th of July. This is a 4th of July sale. A couple of times a year, she does a really smoking sale. Like when I bought my property, is right around Thanksgiving. She offered 25% off your monthly payments. I was like, sold. I'll take it. And I've been happy. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and I lucked into it with her. I really did, because a lot of other people could have been douchebags and stuff like that. But Stephanie, she's honest, she's ethical, she's above board, and she networks within the community that of customers that she has. Because some customers, like, she's called me up and said, hey, I've got some work over here. Are you interested? So she gives me a ring, and I go do it. and then I get paid. Or hey, somebody is, you know, having some issues. Do you have some extra this or that or the other? And you know, so she doesn't just sell you a piece of land. She is an integral part of your overall success, and that's why she's more than just somebody you buy a piece of land for. She's going to be your partner in the land in which you buy. And I'm telling you this from personal experience because I bought my land from her, and I liked her so much that I asked her to become a sponsor. Um, and I wanted to make sure to tell everybody I knew about her because I think she's awesome. And before she was a sponsor, I used to tell people exactly how awesome Stephanie is. And everybody that I know that has bought land from Stephanie is they're not just satisfied, they're ecstatic. I mean, it's amazing to hear how much you know, the people that are customer or that are viewers like you that have bought land from Stephanie, and then I get to talk to them because I want to get feedback because you know, just like she's got to keep an eye on making sure that I don't misrepresent her, I got to do the same thing because when I refer people, it's my reputation on the line. I'm not going to just sit there and say go willy nilly because I'm trying to make a buck. I'm not money motivated, but also at the same time, um, at the same time, you know, it just, yeah, Stephanie is the most amazing person you'll ever meet, and you'll absolutely love her. So, could give homeless people a free place that's affordable? Um, Look, you know, she's already doing it as low as possible. The average piece of land out here is like $9,700, as much as like I think $16,000 per acre. And so for her selling it at like $9,000 per acre, that's still a smoking deal. The fact that she's kind towards the homeless and she has a heart for the homeless, I mean, she's offering the best she can. But you know, you can't just buy property and give people a place to stay. And plus, this land, when I moved onto it, I'm moving on to a blank slate of land. I wouldn't want to move on and have to fucking kick out a bunch of bums that won't move away. And you know, it becomes an issue because it becomes a homeless camp. And then once one comes in, then they start inviting their friends, and it never goes away. So, um, yeah, well, I have a fifth wheel. So, anyways, Kevin, you know what? She is as kind as you're gonna get for the homeless people. And if you think we should just give away free stuff to the homeless people without giving them an opportunity to earn it, I think that you are sadly misguided. As a homeless person, has spent as many years often on the streets. Anybody who's a seasoned veteran of being on the streets will tell you that you need to earn your way and stop freeloading on people, stop being entitled, and go out there and earn your way. It doesn't mean that you're worthless as a human being. What it means is that you got to have some drive to go get something done. If you live outside but yet you have drive, I was homeless and I worked a full-time job. I did it because I wanted to. It wouldn't be the issue. So I mean, that's really what you got to think about. Mm. If I had money, I'd be traveling to Florida for the tax-free stuff I want, like water filters and such. Stephanie sounds like an earth angel. That's the nicest way to put it. Yeah, she's definitely an angel. And she has a good understanding. Tim, being homeless on the streets, it becomes second nature after a while. You don't think about it. You really don't. You really don't. I owned a janitorial business for about 6 years, and I did a community project for 3 years, and that was pretty much the longest period of time I ever stayed off the streets. Up until that point in time, it was about maybe 4 years with my wife. So I live as a hobo, work overtime, can't sit around and do nothing. I agree. Yes. So, but I mean, dude, for $9,000 you could, and the property taxes out here on a blank slate of land is like $13, $14 a month. Excuse me, not a month, $13, $14 a year. Okay, so that's like I pay $1 a month in taxes. It's fucking amazing. You ready for the trip, Tuck? Looked over your gear. I haven't done anything yet. I will probably be doing a little bit of it tonight after I get off the live stream. While I sit back and unwind. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Is I got to start getting ready together and getting things ready. Sam is gonna wear her saddlebags on the bus, so we're gonna be taking Greyhound all the way there. Hopefully, that don't give me any issues. As it goes and stuff like that. But yeah, I've got all of her paperwork in order. She is a service dog, so and they've she's registered, so we should be good. I think that I'll be able to take her with me without issue, because quite frankly, if she wasn't registered as a service dog, it would cost me so much more, and I couldn't take her with me. I'd have to call a friend and say, "Can you watch my dog while I go?" Because it would add like an extra $200 to the ticket. So, and it was already almost $200 for the ticket. Um, um, I will. I plan on and because I can't do a broadcast Monday. Um, uh, I'm gonna try, but I most likely won't be able to because I'll be on the bus and I can't sit there and do this. So yeah, I might even see if I could talk to the bus driver and ask the bus driver if I can do a live broadcast, and then that way they could say it's pretty cool. I might try and use the nostalgia of something like that. But for the most part, I'm probably just going to have to do a live stream on my layover when I get to Denver on Monday. Because yeah, I go from here to Albuquerque, Albuquerque to Denver, Denver to Omaha, and then I take a bus into Missouri. Um, what you are talking about is good for people in retirement because they can live cheap and that's not as much cost. Yes, but you better be prepared to build. Stephanie was telling me that on the other side of the road where the Dollar General is, she cannot sell that land unless the people agree to build on it immediately, that they cannot move on to it. Now over here, we're on the other side of the road and we're a lot further back. But as time goes along, as this area starts developing, the city and the county is going to start requiring it. So that means, if I don't have a house built in the next few years, I may I may not be able to stay here unless I can get it listed as like a specialty property or something like that. I use it for as my set for my off-grid setting. It's part of my media, and then therefore I can get it zoned as light commercial, and then therefore I don't have to do anything. I can sit and keep my compost toilet and everything. Um, yeah, it's going to be something. They're trying to really be strict on a lot of this stuff, though. Time. This is here in Arizona is the last place you can live where you can actually live on your property without having all of these prerequisites. But they're not they're only lenient while they're building the town out. Once the town's built out, then they're not going to be lenient anymore. And then the last bastion, the last place that anything like this can be done will have been wiped out. Unless you start a new city, which that might not be a half bad idea. So, but yeah, you're going to have to build something out here. A lot of people have these tiny sheds like the 10 by 10s or the 10 by 20s. And the one I want is a 20 by 20. I mean, if I'm going to go for it, but those things are like $15,000 for the shed. But you could set it up. You could even set up an off-grid system. And I still got to look into the ordinances, but I'm not going to do that till I start building. But anyways, guys, I would like to encourage you guys to either check me out at hobotuck.com, sign up for my broadcast reminder or my weekly broadcast digest, and let us get acquainted. What I'm doing is on this channel, I shared my life being homeless. Now I'm sharing with you the next chapter, because if you follow my journey from beginning to end, and there are people that have done it, and it's amazing to hear the stories from them when they watched it. But I take you from being housed to going out on the streets, to surviving the streets, to building an income, to getting yourself off the streets, to now building yourself some strong financial foundation. And I've been doing it in ways that will reduce the likelihood that I will ever be homeless again. So the homeless journey to and from being on the streets, that is going to be here on YouTube, because people, they need information. But if you really want to get the next step along the way, you should come over to hobotuck.com, check me out, see what you think. Okay. Yes, thank you. It's actually HTTPS. You got to put the S on there, otherwise it'll get them a browser warning. And but anyways, guys, but yes, it is hobotuck.com. Come on over, check it out, and I'd love to see you guys over there. I do a Monday through Friday broadcast at 5:30 Eastern, so whatever time zone you're in, I do it at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. I do a broadcast that lasts about 45 minutes to an hour and a half, depending upon the subject. And a half hour before, so at 5 Eastern, we open up the green room. Mitch, you should come on over and join the green room. It starts at 5. And then, you do the green room, and then we do the after party. So for about 30 minutes after, we sit back and talk. But you got to be a member over on Patreon, and stuff like that. So those of you that are my moderators, over time, I may shoot you a free membership to come on over to Patreon, so you can join the green room if you'd like to. Every Friday, I open up the green room to all members, paid and unpaid. So if you would like to just check it out and see if it's cool, you should at least, get a free membership and check it out. Check it out Friday evening. So thanks for being here, guys, and I will see you. I will see you guys Friday morning.